Fancy. Now, this is, in my opinion, something that happened in his personal life. This is
Well, I mean, there's
wait. This is, in my opinion, something that, even if this is not saying that I think it's a good thing or a bad thing. But and that's the thing is, this is the point. Fancy had relations with a minor. Now, I don't know whether this is true or not. If it's true, then I think it would be wise to stop it. If it's not true, then I don't. Then I would like to hear it so that everybody knows that. But the thing is, I don't really see why this is a problem. So first, I want to know why
Yeah, I
would
agree.
this be a
nudes were
problem.
exchanged. That's why.
But what does that have to do with any
Yeah, but
moderation
what? Yeah,
issues?
the problem
because
that has
fan-
nothing to do with him.
Stop. I want to know from one person why this is a problem for the server.
Because if Fancy gets in trouble for it, if he gets his account deleted or something, then we're fucked.
Stated that she was going to Discord's whatever report system there is, taking that.
Yeah, but she's been proven to have faked a lot of screenshots as well with this situation.
Yeah, but still,
I
is
wouldn't
that
believe
really
it.
a risk? I she still may have, and that's why we wanted to get rid of Fancy in the first place, because we didn't want the server going poop for when his account was deleted.
Well, the thing is,
wow.
All
right.
Here's my problem with this. This is kind of more of a oh, here's a thing that we don't like or whatever. This is kind of more blowing things out of proportion. I don't really see that there a world in which the Discord will shut down Fancy's account and the whole server will go to shit. I think that's
what happened was this was just used as a way for people to come together in a with a hate boner against Fancy and try and usurp him. That's the whole reason, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to read everyone's minds. Why don't you die?
Well, I will, because you said, okay, Sword.
I mean, she was there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was there. No, can I just say something? Yeah. Multiple times, Sword has come to me saying, "Oh, if the opportunity arises."
No, I said if necessary. There's a big difference. If I feel it is necessary.
Okay. But first of all, what Fancy? I know this is kind of a personal question, but is it true?
What?
Was there it's any of what they just said? Is there any truth to it?
Yes, but it happened quite a while ago, and they're clearly just taking this back.
Okay, so there's
just taking this back up to fuck.
We have dates. So
there is no okay, so there's no relationship with you between a minor now.
No.
Okay, now wait. I want to hear from Sword. And I don't want to hear to you. What in your from your proof? What was the last time that Fancy had a relationship with this?
As if we know, the most recent date we have is July 20th, 2017.
July, and so it ended July in your.
And we don't know if it ended then, but we have pictures of it happening then. And if it ended, it happened after and ended after that. I'm back. So now we're just waiting for Jay, I guess.
Yeah, and then I mean at that point, Thomas said he has to go deal with some shit. I don't know if that's him trying to get out of this, but I doubt it, honestly. Thomas would probably.
I don't know. He's been kind of like not here that much throughout this entire thing.
Yeah, kind of aloof.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure.
You know. Like we are his entire reliable staff. He can't just say no to all of us and have us just leave him. He's gonna everything's gonna fall apart without us.
Yeah, honestly, because now I'm looking at it. Literally, everyone here are all the decent staff, plus Thomas. These are the only active staff. So it's gonna look fucking retarded if everyone just abandons. I'm gonna go take a picture.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just so. I'm assuming if Fancy doesn't capitulate to us, Jay's probably gonna leave, and therefore Louise.
Oh,
there you did.
Oh, no, I thought you said Shay, not Jay.
No.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
It's up to them.
Come on, guys, join the bandwagon. Oh, Luis can't talk right now, I don't think that means.
I'm eating.
Oh. Rip.
I guess we should move into
Alright.
the shitty server now.
Alright.
Okay.
I'll hit up Krista.
I'm sure, yeah, wait, why is eggs in there still? What the fuck?
Because he's a
He's
retard.
autistic.
Fuck AIDS
Are you
stink.
excited?
Hey, Krista, we were just talking shit about eggs.
Cool.
I thought you weren't coming, Krista. Like, couldn't make it.
Of course I could make it. I specifically said I was gonna make it.
Yeah,
Chris,
it's because I'm here.
Chris,
Sorry,
Yeah.
I misread it then.
have you read the Google?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
No, like
Alright.
our response to Google Doc.
Nice Indians.
Who's that?
The Dutchman.
Yeah.
He's a
The
troll.
Facebook guy?
He's a
he doesn't know
Facebook
what the fuck's
one, yeah.
happening, but I mean,
Oh, yeah.
he can hang.
You're a matar.
Okay, so, who wants to... Zenball, you're good at explaining this.
We gotta tread very lightly here.
Zempa, before I talked with you and Fancy a little bit before, and I don't know if like you wanted to do it this way, but since I wasn't around with all the shit and we're just talking, like there's obviously going to be discussion here. So Fancy and I had an idea of like having a moderator, and since I am not really like already in a site, right? Yeah, I'm a neutral party, that I would be a moderator in this.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Sure.
I don't think anyone would object to that.
So, basically, Fancy has CP, and we wanted to leave. We wanted to overthrow him. That failed because the peasants cucked us, and yeah, now we're here.
I was gonna say, doesn't that sort of destroy the neutrality part?
Yeah, we're gonna say that we have very strong evidence pointing to that fact.
Yeah. It's like he was like having like relations with a 15-year-old girl.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Wait, let me get a text. I'll do a text, a WordPad, and I will make points, and so that I can track what's kind of happening, so that we can fall back on stuff.
Let's get out my Google document.
We made our own, but we're gonna read it off instead of just like our counterpoints.
So, if everyone is okay with me being the moderator here,
that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So, I was thinking about how we would do this, and there are a lot of people here, but I thought it might be a good idea to let Fancy say his few things that he wants to say first. I think he has some things on his mind that he might want to say.
All right. I suppose I'll just start by talking about a few of the things that I put into this proposal right here. Some of the main points that I want to make regarding the whole thing. When it comes to staff involvement in being a dick to people, as the past few months, yeah, I understand I've been a douche. Maybe something that could have actually been brought to my attention in a meeting like this before, an entire server was made conspiring against me. But that's fine. That's fine. Here we are right now.
Okay, can you lay off the salt?
Wait, let him speak first. Let him speak.
Yeah, this doesn't work. This doesn't work if.
Yeah.
Fine.
Only speak if I give you, tell you, okay, go.
Alright, whatever.
Anyway, yeah, perhaps something that could have been discussed with me, but regardless, I'd like to put an end to that, and I'd like to say no banning people for any reasons going forward under any circumstance for ideological differences, moral differences, and personal experiences. So that should prevent any of that shit from ever happening ever again. And from what I was told, that was your main concern, and what this was actually all about the entire fucking time. Now, I'd also like to address the thing that I know that you guys were all talking about, how admin should have more of a vote by basis thing and have it be more democratic. I agree. I'd be willing to do that. One thing I wanted to say though, no more head admins ever. Period. That role is so devalued to the admin as well. Let's see. What are a few other points I want to make here? I know you all hate Q. When I woke up today, I had the means to believe nothing more than I would have to make the best with what I was doing, with what I could do, and I did. So I brought on 3 people. When you leave the server, I believe that you completely concede the idea to say anyone who should be in charge of it. But also, if you do want to come back, I'll demote Cube to a moderator. But I'm keeping him on because he has so much potential, and he's been very supportive throughout all this, and very loyal. Half-heartless Heathen stays as an admin. He has a lot of potential, and he's my close personal friend. And Alicia Adachi does really well with Ben's server, so I want her as a mod. Steve Attack will never see that server ever again.
Okay, wait. Who do you want from Ben's server to be
Alicia Adachi.
Okay. Admin or mod?
She's a mod. She's going to be a mod.
Go.
Alright. Steve-O and Gatak are going to be banned forever because nobody likes them at all, basically. And the only reason that they were even around to with is because I basically wanted them to be around. You guys talk about wanting to ban them all the fucking time just because they're wrong. Just because you're...
Okay, Steve-O and who should be banned?
Gatak.
Steve-O and Gatak.
Okay, Gatak.
That's not negotiable. Okay. That's not negotiable.
Okay, so I've written that all down. Anything else?
No black people ever on the staff.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
Fancy.
No black people. Okay. Now you guys are with a bigger group, and I feel like many of you are on this kind of the same side here. So if you which one of you wants to counter that?
We have a list of counterpoints. Anyone? I'm not exactly the most articulate person, so who wants to read them off? Luis, you do it.
Why me?
I don't know why not.
How should I?
You're the fucking scapegoat.
Don't make Luis do it, Sword. You do it. Clearly, I just want to get complete transparency out of the way. I know every single discussion that went on in that chat room from multiple people. I've gotten multiple perspectives of it. So yeah, I know, right? So Sword, okay. And I know everything. And you know what, Sword? As long as I breathe, you will never be a fucking moderator in my server ever again. I'm just gonna say that. Maybe
so this is going well.
Okay, stop. Okay, let's hear from their side too. First, I want to know from Sword. Okay, so Zempa, are you with Fancy on this more, or with...
Everyone is against Fancy in this room, but Fancy.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Let him speak for himself.
I just want to hear. Are you neutral? Are you more with Fancy? Or are you more with? I just call them the against Fancy group. Are you?
quite a number of the reform. Okay, so the reforms that I agree with on Fancy's list, I think the staff meetings, if they're not just, if they're not for show and they're actually, and we're actually gonna, because I believe there's a history of
Okay,
having
but
the staff
in the past here,
Yeah.
where do you say that you were more with the group against Fancy or with Fancy, and that doesn't matter if you're not are you?
The entire group here was the group that was
Okay, so then I'll just put that down.
That's everyone in here over the past however many days was not loyal to Fancy.
Okay, so then I want to hear your points, like, and not just only countering what he just said. I just want to hear why you have problems with Fancy and what needs to change, and what your feelings are right now from the group.
So I think the way Fancy sees this is that Sword and Innos came out of the gate here on some sort of power trip in order to take control of the server, and that wasn't what happened in reality. There was no intention to pull the rug out from under Fancy's feet in the way.
Okay, so yeah, sure.
I'd like to say that I make it clear that I don't take this personally either fucking way.
Okay, so but what I just want to know is when this started happening, what was you guys' intention and why?
We wanted to get Fancy out of power because we felt that he was a danger to the community and he was gonna bring he was gonna bring the entire community down with him.
Okay, so I should write down you guys wanted to get Fancy out of power because you felt he was a danger to the community itself.
Yes.
That's it. Okay.
I mean, very, very early on, this didn't start. Nothing started with this intent where it's like, oh fuck, Fancy, we're gonna get him out.
Okay, so
this started as a group call with.
Basically, we found out that I wasn't even here for this, but they had found out that Fancy had cheated on Die with Harley, and that led to Harley revealing a ton of information, and with video calls, so there was no doubt that it was fake.
Okay, well that's that's something in a personal life. Now you might have problems in a personal life,
yeah. Well,
life. Yeah. But here's the thing. That's not necessarily a problem in a server.
We agree, but it led into other things that were going to be a problem with the server.
We're not exactly saying that is what is the issue. We're saying that's sort of what got us looking into the things that were the issue.
So what are the issues? What would you say? Let's say that you have power now on the Discord server and any other drunken peasants community places. What would you do, and what was the issues with the real issues that were directly?
He had an illicit relation with a minor, so that's something.
Can I speak?
Yes, Sam.
I think that answering Solston's question, I think that's something that I definitely wouldn't do is talk and yell at people the way, not yell, but handle situations like Fancy did, the way that he yelled at Ahov and Dank, and then the way he got mad at me. I've been scared ever since he sent me those messages. After
so
I every time I get a notification, I'm like, oh shit, I'm fucking getting yelled at again by someone. I literally, after that, I'm really, really terrified.
Okay, so
it was uncalled for, and it was not okay at all. And the fact that he did this to other people, not in a voice call too. He did that to them, not to me though, but.
Okay, so what I will write down is that you guys have a problem with the fact that Fancy yells and talks down to people angrily, that he is angry, right? That's your problem. That's a problem with the group.
So should we just list all of our counterpoints now? Because we didn't actually get to that. Okay, staff meetings, and we think they're probably futile, but we don't care. We guess it can't hurt. banning for personal reasons, we believe that this should be a given. So
wait, don't go that fast. Okay, staff meetings are not necessary, but not too big to do. Okay. Second.
Banning for personal reasons, that should be a given.
For personal reasons, so you don't want that.
Yeah, I don't want that. Allowing that should be a given.
Okay.
And not that we don't want it, it's the fact that it should already be a standard that we hold ourselves up to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Go ahead.
Democratic banning that he proposed, we don't care. That's whatever. Same thing with people acting on their own accord.
Okay.
Admin votes, nothing wrong with the face of it.
And admin votes, you're talking about decisions that will be made in any of the...
an admin democratic vote that Fancy proposed, that's fine. Nothing wrong with the face on it. So this is where the first one where we majorly disagree. I think we all, Inos and I can, we are not budging on the head admin thing. If you want us back and you want the rest of us back, things are going to have to go back to the way they were. We're not accepting anything less.
You do want head admins.
There has to be some negotiation on this front.
Yeah. We're just. The only thing we're doing right now is we're just listening to the points and we're looking what the points are, so we have a good understanding.
Head admins and it's going to be the same head admins that were here before this happened.
Okay.
Okay. Community manager veto. We have two possible counterpoints to this. Fancy could be a tiebreaker, or all head admins get a veto power.
Okay,
the first one's not bad.
Okay, so what you want to do is that you want Fancy not to...
Can we just agree on Fancy having, if it goes to a tiebreaker, we just...
Yeah, but you don't want him to have a veto on, let's say, all the admins
everything,
are agreeing on something and he disagrees that it's his decision.
I'd like to add an amendment to that. If anything the peasants say has to.
Yeah. Well, that's also been that way.
Yeah, but that's a given. That's a given.
Yeah.
I'll put on the top peasants. Have all power in the end. But if I'm understanding it correctly, you want the head admins to have a veto too. And you want, but you don't the same veto power as
it's either or.
Yeah, there are two options to choose from.
Head admins.
So either Fancy wants a tiebreaker, or either Fancy wants all the head admins get a veto too. So we are offering two separate options to choose from.
Okay, that we'll work on that later. Admin votes and vetoes.
Okay, so in regards to Cube, we believe that he's still a minor, and we still made a rule against having children on staff from now on. So
he should not have a staff position.
Yes. HH, I think he can be a mod for all I care, but I don't think he's earned an admin role.
HH, just two H's?
HHA, triple H.
Okay.
3 H's.
But just a mod. You want him to just be a mod. Okay, go on.
Alicia Adachi, she's cool. We don't care. And Steve Owen Gatak, we want you wanted them unbanned anyway. I don't mind their presence. I don't mind their presence, but I don't care if they're banned either way.
That's what I mean. I knew that you guys wouldn't care.
Okay, so Steve-O and Gatak will be banned forever. That's just a thing now. Okay.
That's just a thing now.
Yeah.
I'm just a neutral moderator here, so I'm just stating what's being said.
All right, and we have a few stipulations to add that we came up with. Fancy admits everything he's done to us and only us. This includes everything, deny anything, and we have no deal. 2, Treat.
Wait.
Okay. Yeah, we
Say
have Fancy admits everything to us and only us. You can't deny anything.
Fancy needs to tell the truth. Tell the truth. The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth. So help
And
God.
nothing but the truth. So help his white ass.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Stipulation number 2. Treat everything as one water under their bridge and let us continue what we've been doing for the past 2 years.
So basically, we all make up.
Let's have makeup sex.
We all have makeup sex. Okay.
Alright. And number 3.
Yeah.
Don't spread the lie that the coup attempt was for power. We did it because we thought it would be best for the community.
That's a lie.
What?
Best for the community.
Yeah, we thought he would have
died.
No,
you've told me multiple times.
No, I told I said no. I said if.
And when I came, no, shut up. I came in here, and that's all you were talking about. It was fucking creepy. All of you circle jerking about like taking over the server. It was fucking ridiculous.
Okay, wait. Stop.
That's not true. That was not mine.
That is true because I saw it with my eyes.
Die. Can I defend myself?
Go ahead.
I was trying to organize things for when we took Fancy out of power because we felt it was best for the community. That's what that was.
This is for later. Right now, we're just talking about points. Okay.
I couldn't care less about getting higher power.
Are you on Fancy side in this?
I wouldn't say I'm on. Like, there's the issue is I see problems with both sides of what.
Okay, so you're.
I disagree with them trying to usurp power in this sort of way. So you would say you're going against the peasants. I'm neutral.
The peasants we thought the peasants were with us the entire time.
But you shouldn't. The problem is you made decisions without informing Paul and everyone. And
we thought Ashley was the like telling Paul because she was watching the entire thing.
She wasn't.
Well, that was our mistake then, but. That's what we thought was happening.
Okay. Stop, guys. So I think that we've heard quite some points right now. I do have to say that the group that is quote unquote against Fancy has a lot more points, and Fancy has a lot less. I already have one idea here. We seem to have a big misunderstanding on how power as moderators, admins, and community leaders is distributed. So here's my idea. We create a new another kind of staff member, but this staff member does not necessarily have power in the Discord itself, but is more of like a kind of a medium between different staff members. So let's say there's a disagreement between admins, moderators, and or Fancy or whatever. This person can intervene and kind of get the points from everyone and see what the problem is, and then he can also break a veto.
Is that not just the peasants already, though?
Yeah, but the thing is, the peasants are not always online or are not always busy with only the Discord. So I would say maybe it's just like an idea to have someone to be how do I explain it right? Let's for example say that Fancy gets angry in a chat. Like, I'm not saying this is my view, but let's say Fancy gets angry, Inos gets angry at each other, they have a fight. And on a disagreement or whatever. Let's say this is about whether or not bondage is cool. Mm-hmm. Just okay.
Yeah.
And now this person that will not decide whether or not bondage is cool, but will be more of a way to see like both points and make sure that there's no inner fighting between staff members. Because the biggest problem, like you guys that are supposedly quote unquote against Fancy, like against his ideas, you seem to have a problem with like there seems to be a problem with just fighting, or you say he is a danger to the community. What I say is there's more of a danger to the community when staff members of community places are fighting in between each other. Like you have to, as a staff community, you have to work together to create the best place. You can't be fighting with each other. That will not be beneficial to any party.
But to be fair, for a while, that's what I was doing, though, like what you just described. Because for a while, there was a lot of staff members that were either too scared to speak their opinion to Fancy and would come to me, and I'd have to bring it up. That's basically what was happening.
The thing with this position, though, in my idea, is that this position cannot not have any power in the Discord itself. Like, if they are a moderator too or an admin too, then they might, be with a side. So they don't have any power except being kind of this medium.
Chris could be good with that.
Chris actually would. I was just going to say that he's very good with that kind of thing.
Fancy, how do you feel about that?
That's a good idea for someone like Chris, especially.
All right. So
okay, so I'll put I'll put that down first. That idea. Let's call it medium. A new role will be created. New role will be created. Medium. No power in Discord. I need to settle things between staff members. Now, this role will be more like, let's say, for example, you come with problems. Always come with problems to this guy. Let's say you have a problem with a staff member. The first thing you do after it is you go to that person and you tell them, hey, this and this happened and I have this problem with it. So this person knows everything, so that they know all the points and know all the problems, whatever, so that problems can be fixed fast. So don't let things stick. And this person is also not allowed to talk about the things that have been told to other staff members. So let's say, for example, say that Ludium, just pick the name here. Let's say that Ludium has a problem with Inos, right? And let's say I am the medium, and he tells me about his problem. I'm not allowed to talk to any other staff members about what Ludium told me.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Besides like the people in power, I
was thinking now. I think we should have Fancy respond to some of our counterpoints. See if he has any changes to make.
All right. Could you go over them and I'll respond to them as they come.
Okay. So I'll just give you the ones that we have objections.
Yeah, he has them copied down.
Yeah, I have them written down. All. Yeah.
I can just give an abridged version if you want them quickly.
Okay. So Fancy. How do you feel about the group here thinking that you were a danger to the community itself? What's your response?
All right. Interesting thing to ask. Now, what I'd say is definitely the actions I was having around these past few weeks has been pretty fucking toxic. I won't lie, that's true. When it comes to yelling at people and getting fucking pissed off and petty bull. It's been pretty fucking bad, and I could make a million different excuses for it, but I'm not going to. The fact of the matter is that I'm working to get it resolved in my personal life, so I'll be a lot more.
So you're sorry for what for any. Yeah. Okay. He is sorry. So that issue that in my view is resolved now. Like he's sorry for being angry or yelling at people, and that is resolved now. Like you will try not to do that if that ever happens, or if you're angry
going forward from now on.
Yeah, and if you get angry or if you have a problem with any staff members, you just go to the medium and explain your problems. Okay. Fancy. Now this is, in my opinion, something that happened in his personal life. This is wait. This is, in my opinion, something that this is not saying that I think it's a good thing or a bad thing. And that's the thing is, this is the point. Fancy had relations with a minor. Now, I don't know whether this is true or not. If it's true, then I think it would be wise to stop it. If it's not true, then I don't. Then I would like to hear it so that everybody knows that. But the thing is, I don't really see why this is a problem. So first, I want to know why would this be a
Nudes were
problem.
exchanged. That's why.
But what does that have to do with any
Yeah, but what?
moderation
Yeah,
issues?
the problem
that has nothing to do with him.
Stop. I want to know from one person why this is a problem for the server.
Because if Fancy gets in trouble for it, if he gets his account deleted or something,
Harley
then
Quinn
we're fucked.
stated that she was going to Discord's whatever report system there is, taking that.
Yeah, but she's been proven to have faked a lot of screenshots as well with this situation.
Yeah, but still,
so I
is
wouldn't
that
believe
really a
every-
risk? She still may have, and that's why we wanted to get rid of Fancy in the first place, because we didn't want the server going poop for when his account was deleted.
Well, the thing is,
wow.
There.
All right.
Here's my problem with this. This is kind of more of a oh, here's a thing that we don't like or whatever. This is kind of more blowing things out of proportion. I don't really see that there a world in which the Discord will shut down Fancy's account and the whole server will go to shit. I think that's
what happened was this was just used as a way for people to come together in a with a hate boner against Fancy and try and usurp him. That's the whole reason, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to read everyone's minds. Why don't you die?
Well, I will, because you said, okay, Sword.
I mean, she was there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was there. No, can I just say something? Yeah. Multiple times, Sword has come to me saying, "Oh, if the opportunity arises."
No, I said if necessary. There's a big difference. If I feel it is necessary.
Okay. But first of all, what Fancy? I know this is kind of a personal question, but is it true?
What?
Was there it's any of what they just said? Is there any truth to it?
Yes, but it happened quite a while ago, and they're clearly just taking this back.
Okay, so there's
just taking this back up to fuck.
We have
dates. So there is no so there is no relationship with you between a minor now.
No.
Okay, now wait. I want to hear from Sword. I don't want to hear to you. What in your from your proof? What was the last time that Fancy had a relationship with this?
As of we know, the most recent date we have is July 20th, 2017.
July, and so it ended July in your.
And we don't know if it ended then, but we have pictures of it happening then. And if it ended, it happened after and ended after that.
Okay. Now this is, in my opinion, I think this, if this is true, I don't think it's a good thing, but I don't see it necessarily as a problem for the Discord, because
it's not.
So this is more of a non-issue, and also, if let's say, for example, that we all leave here today and it's all worked out, I don't want to I don't know. I don't know. But as a neutral party, I don't think it will be a good idea if people talk about this.
We've been keeping it under wraps for the past few days.
But don't talk about this with any other people on the Discord. Not so just no one. This will not be talked about anymore. If, for example, you have proof of any relationships, don't talk about them with other staff members. Go to the medium, and that person will talk to Fancy.
Go ahead, Bunyip.
So instead of telling me, you guys did all right, whatever. get a lot of that.
Yeah, I think, guys, I'm neutral in this, but I don't think the way you guys handled it was,
Of course,
like,
it wasn't optimal. Look where we
yeah.
are now. Like, it's
No.
clear.
No, Paul was very, very angry
Upset.
with how you did this. So
I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't. Look, and also, like, Fancy, I want to be clear that, like, this wasn't nearly all me. This wasn't even my idea. I was just going along with it. But the only reason that I think you're focusing
Always
on
the
me.
follower, Sword.
I'm just
that's
telling
always
you.
the problem. with
guys, honestly, that does not really matter at this point.
Sure.
Who started it and who did? That's kind of like saying in a fight, after the fight, the teacher comes in. He started it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The fight already happened. So what we're trying to do here now is kind of mend the wounds and try to see where we go from here.
Sure.
With the issue with on the issue with Fancy supposedly having relations with a minor. I don't think that anymore is really a problem for the server. He says it's ended. You guys don't have any proof that it's continued. Let's say, for example, hypothetically, that you guys suddenly have proof that he is in a relationship with a minor. Then you go to the medium, and the medium will go to Fancy and talk to him. I think that's the best way that we can resolve this issue. Because there's no real. This is more of a you did it, you didn't do it. There is a problem, there's no problem. This is more of a disagreement than something that really will be a problem with the server. Because I don't really see why the server would go down. However,
Because
I would be interested. Here's my solution to if you guys still have a problem with it. Because sometimes you have to, make some compromises. If Fancy agrees to it, I think maybe it would be a good idea to give the ownership of the server to one of the peasants. If Fancy agrees to it, because he's still the owner of the server, so this decision
that's
still lies
something
with
you'd
him.
have to talk about with the peasants. I
Yeah,
think,
we'd have
personally.
to talk with the peasants, but if Fancy thinks that, if he doesn't have a problem with it, and if he thinks that it would, and if it for you guys would make a problem go away, then maybe it would be an idea to get to ask the peasants if one of them would be
I'd like
owner.
to comment on that.
Yeah.
That's not going to be possible for reasons I can't explain, and Dad will back me up. Right?
Yeah.
That's not feasible. We can't get no. I'm sorry. Maybe
we're saying
in the future you'll understand why.
Yeah, you'll see.
It's something we can't tell you right now. With it's to do with the peasants and their
we'll leave it at
personal
that.
issues.
We'll leave it at that.
Okay. Well,
Paul owning the server.
Any of them right now, honestly.
I don't understand why you say that. I'll understand later, but
you will.
It's a personal issue that was brought up, and we can't really discuss it right now at this time.
All I know is that I need to. That's the most I can do to explain it, but for very specific reasons that.
Okay, so that's something that won't happen. So Fancy will stay the owner. Outside of that the issue with the minor, I don't honestly, guys, sorry, but the group against Fancy, quote unquote, I don't think this is an issue that's really an issue. I think this is more of a thing that you don't like. Moral issue, and we're not.
I can hear you typing. Sorry.
And we don't. We're not here to talk about someone else's morals. You guys said that you don't want people banned because of ideology. Now, that also means that you shouldn't be talking about who has power in the server for morals. Okay.
Can I just make a point as well that they brought up how they don't want people banned, but then they went and they banned Dank for no reason.
Okay. Can I explain why? Because we thought he was. Well, yeah, we thought he was gonna leak the plans to Fancy.
Well, that doesn't matter. The fact is, he was still innocent.
Be them.
Stop. Okay.
That's why you can't trust Harley.
Okay, wait. If Dankizmo was banned because you guys, not for breaking the rules, but for revealing your plan, then he wasn't banned for a reason that is in the rules. So he didn't break a Discord rule. So that means that he will have to be brought back into the DP Discord.
He already has been.
He's already been.
Yeah,
okay.
I know. I was planning on bringing him back at 2. So like, yeah.
Okay.
Still, I don't want anyone acting more moral than they are with that,
So-
because they acted the same way.
Guys, I think that also maybe the medium should look at anyone that's banned. The medium, if there's controversy on someone being banned and you don't agree with it or whatever, or there's a problem with it, you go to the medium too. So the medium is always a place where if there's any disagreement among staff members or whatever, the medium is the place to go. Point number 3, I think we've already kind of talked about this, but the point is Fancy yells and talks down to people when he's angry.
Didn't we already kind of address that?
Yeah, we already addressed that, but it was said twice, so I typed it twice. So I'll put down that, and I think this kind of goes for everyone here, that you don't be angry. Like, this is for admins too. If you're an admin, you're talking to a moderator, and you don't agree with what a moderator did, yes, you do have more power in the server, and you're a higher rank, but that doesn't mean you can. You can, but it's just not a nice thing to do. Just don't.
Yeah, and to make it clear, like, Fancy's not the only one that has done that to people. It's a thing that most people in the admin position has done at some point or another.
Yeah, at each other. Okay, and agree. Okay. Staff meetings are not necessary, but not a problem to do. Honestly, I do think that staff members should meet once a while, and I think this might be a good thing for the medium to do. Let's say the medium sees that there is a problem or there seems to be some controversy about things. I think that it might be the medium's job to call out, hey, we're going to have a staff meeting to resolve some issues. So it won't be a staff meeting that will be every month or every week or whatever, but when the medium thinks it's a good idea to do.
I would prefer the monthly meetings. Just
the month? Okay.
Yeah.
Monthly meetings? So everybody wants monthly meetings.
Does everyone here want monthly meetings?
Doesn't matter. So.
That seems reasonable.
Okay, so we're doing monthly meetings. Banning people for personal reasons should not be done.
That includes situations like Danks and not just mine.
I think everybody agrees with this. Only ban people for breaking the rules.
I do have an exception though. If an overwhelming amount of staff, like let's say like 3/4 or maybe even just the majority, really just don't like someone and they think that they're going to be bad for the community, then we should have the right to ban him.
Then we should probably, because otherwise other people outside of, like, just outside of staff, just
probably add that to the rules.
Yeah,
so that it's a
just add that to the rules. Toxicity, like extreme toxicity. I think something like that is already in it.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But just being a bad influence on the community and being toxic will not be allowed.
Can I just mention something while everyone here is in the fucking room? Can we lay it off on the fucking posting all these images in general all the fucking time, dude? Like, just can we make an effort to do that less? I know I do it sometimes. Everyone does it sometimes. It's fun sometimes, but don't. If you're gonna do it, just do it every once.
I think it's been an issue for months, honestly, in this.
Yeah, it's been.
I think everyone can agree on that. That needs to be
I think everyone can agree on that too. So I think we just had to hear.
I think a big problem with it as well is that, like, a bunch of people just want to post, like, say a few staff members or bouge people want to post an image at once. It just so happens that, like, you know, this
or people post the same thing, like the same 6 images every day, multiple times.
Okay, I think we all find this annoying. So
less images in the general chat. Democratic banning now on the table.
I don't think anyone has a problem with that.
Yeah.
Democratic ban, but how do you guys see this in
The admins vote.
So, but we're just talking about, let's say there's a, so what, in my understanding, let's say there's a normie in the chat, like just a white guy, and he's doing something, breaking the rules or whatever, then the admins democratically vote if he should be banned. That's just that's the thing. Right?
Wouldn't it be best to bring that up?
No, if they break a rule,
then
yeah, like banning, that's different. Like it's more like a dispute about like taking a certain action. You know what I mean? Like not necessarily banning someone. If someone transparently breaks the rules, then they're gonna be banned.
Okay,
shouldn't that just be part of the agenda on the monthly meetings?
Yeah, that should just be and this only extends to admins and community leaders, in my belief, right? So no mods, right?
Yeah.
Maybe an idea for the mods, because otherwise mods, they are in the server too and do things too. So just ask the mods. Let's say we have eight mods and 6 of them agree, then they get 1 agree vote.
Okay.
Maybe that's an idea, so that we have, the mods, their voices are heard too.
Yeah, they'll yeah, exactly. I actually agree with that.
Okay, so community. Let me put this. Democratic voting on different issues will community leaders and admins all get 1 vote. Moderators get 1 vote as a group. Okay. So, and here's a thing that I think there will be a lot of disagreement about. Fancy doesn't want head admins. And you guys do want head admins. Now, I've heard why Fancy doesn't want it. And he doesn't want it because it makes it seem like some admins have less power, less important, or...
There's another thing. There's another point I have. Because of this whole democratic way that we're going to go about it, it's almost just, it's kind of pointless at this point, I feel.
So it's kind of more of a I'm higher than you thing. So I think this head admin thing is more of a I have more power.
It's more of a title.
Yeah. That's exactly what it was.
And
honestly.
also, I think that for people in the Discord, that
it's confusing.
It's confusing. Like head admins, why do we have that? What's their power more? Like, I think that if we have less roles, it would be a lot more clear for people. Like it's just like, okay, an admin told me this. Okay, head admin, but a normal admin told me this. Different. Okay.
All right. Well, look, I explain my position. Okay, so like I get that. Like I felt like for a while that the head admin was superfluous, but I don't feel that it has to be. Because here's my reasoning, right? Because each head admin was supposed to have their own designated role. Like in OSPs of the technical stuff, I was supposed to tell the admins what to do. Is that not correct,
That
Nancy?
never happened.
I know. Well, maybe we can
we've
rework
tried
that.
Yeah, but we've tried that multiple times and it never.
And it's just not working.
Well, I don't know, because like I feel like there needs to be something like for the people who are like
if there is going
closest
to be head
or close.
admins, yeah, but Sword, you do realize at that point that you're probably not going to be.
Okay, so honestly,
I know, but I still feel like Luis should get it, if not me.
Honestly, if
I'd only accept this head admin's position back if I have Diana as my head admins.
Okay, so honestly, the head admin vote didn't work in the past. Now maybe you could make it work in the future.
Wait,
what is it, Krista?
What?
What?
The thing is though that
Okay. Die. Don't get me wrong. I love you. Don't be mad at me. But Why would you only want the head admin role back if Dai was in it?
What do you mean?
That has like nothing to do with anything.
What?
He said die and Inos.
Yeah, but
I don't know. It's not really something I
Guys. Okay, so Fancy, you don't want head admins. Honestly, I don't really.
I really don't. But that's the only way I'd really accept having that type of position exist.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So you want Dai and Inos to be head admins if it is brought
To
back.
be true.
Okay.
I'm probably Louise, so.
Inos and Dai. Okay. You guys, would you guys be okay with if it's brought back? It would be Dai and Inos and no one else.
I'd be fine with the Luis as well, honestly, because he has done a lot for the community and he does a lot of work.
Okay, and Sword?
I would agree with that.
I mean, obviously, I would like my head admin back, but I know that's unrealistic. But like, honestly, though, like with how things are going, I'm not sure if I'm gonna come back anyway. So.
And Zempa. Anyone else? I just want to hear opinions from this group.
I frankly don't have a strong opinion. I haven't been here long enough to know the historical context as to what head admin was supposed to be. I've always seen it as basically the same shit.
I want to know from J Feather and Ludium too. What do you guys? Do you want the head admin to be back, and do you want?
It doesn't matter for me.
I don't want Dai to be a head admin.
Okay. I think honestly, if I listen to everyone, I don't think it really matters if we're gonna have head admins. I don't think it's gonna be a big thing. So honestly, I think that you guys, the group, quote unquote, against Fancy, that was against Fancy, I think it might be a good idea to just let that go and just let there be admins, only admins. It's a lot clearer. It's a lot more organized.
I'd rather have no head admins than just like being like Dai as a head admin personally.
Okay, so and Fancy didn't originally want it. Dai, whatever your feelings, I can understand that you might disagree.
No, I don't really understand.
Okay,
why.
so let's just. I think that if we've kind of come to the conclusion that head admins are not necessary.
We can always come back to this too later. I don't think this is a sticking point that.
Yeah, it's not really that important.
This
at this
isn't
point,
that important.
Really.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do we feel? I just want to. Here's another thing. It kind of goes with the voting. How do we feel about vetoes in decisions?
Well, I think we already came like kind of when we were proposing it, we came to the tiebreaker.
With the democratic vote, that's kind of going to be there too. Like
vetoes. So vetoes are not that a real thing anymore. Unless the peasants have vetoes.
Of course.
Okay, so only. So, does everyone agree with the idea of only drunken peasants having vetoes?
Yeah, of course. Well, the
I mean, they kind of always did, didn't they?
Yeah, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want.
It's their community.
Okay. And now we come to the position of Cube.
Goodbye. No, that's my opinion. Thank you.
Yeah, I think everyone here is against. We want Cube gone, except for Fancy.
I could handle him being a mod, but now,
yeah, I was gonna say like that's the only thing I can.
I would be willing to concede mod admin.
Okay,
I
want to hear from one of you guys, and you guys have to decide who to tell me why you don't want Cube as a moderator or admin or whatever.
Well, let's see. First of all, he's underaged, which, isn't too much of a problem because we all know kids who can be pretty mature. But I've seen him in Ben's server, and yeah, I'm sure he can be a good mod sometimes, but he has total fits and spurgouts and just goes ape shit on people, and it's not okay. I had to step in on one of these times and explain to him how to moderate. I shouldn't have to do that.
And even today,
why should I have to step in to somebody who's an admin on a server and tell them how to conduct themselves in an issue.
Like
I'd have to do that also, and I'm not even a mod or anything.
Even posting fucking like audit logs today in general, and
Yes.
like, we asked him to stop, and he continued.
He's doing shit that we were. No, hold on.
Stop.
Let Krista talk. I want Krista to
He's doing shit that we were never allowed to do. We were never supposed to do things that are against the rules. And the moment that he got his admin or mod or whatever the fuck he is right now, the moment he got it, he went off on a spree talking about how, ooh, now you can't ban me anymore. Look at how much power I've got, and acting like a total complete cunt.
Yeah.
Do I really want a cunt in my community acting like that? No. That's going to look bad on your staff. It's going to cause problems, and we're going to end up in the exact same fucking situation that we are in now.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the fucking problem that I have now.
Okay, so Fancy, do you really need Cube as an admin?
No, the reason I brought him on is because I expected to have absolutely zero staff when I woke up this morning abruptly to this interesting situation. Honestly, here's my thoughts. When you guys were, I knew that you guys were very upset around that time when you realized that he was promoted. You guys, if you guys are gonna leave the fucking server, you can't be pissed at me because I promoted someone in your place and I'm trying to fucking deal the best I can with the situation. That's just fucking ridiculous, honestly.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, but that's just opinions on why someone did it. That doesn't matter. We have to deal with the issue. What is Cube gonna be? Is he gonna be a moderator now? Because he doesn't. Okay, so here's the thing: he's not gonna be an admin. That's just. I think that we've agreed on that.
Of course.
So, is he gonna be a mod, or is he just gonna have bourgeoisie? Because you will have that, of course. I think that's a given. So, will he be mod or not?
I don't think
he's loyal to me. I want him as a mod, but I'm that's not the biggest point to me. I'm willing to concede.
As long as he's not an admin, I don't see a problem.
I don't see an issue with giving it a try at least, and if it doesn't work out.
In that case, can we start with Padawan at least, like any other?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
I feel the same way. As a transition, I feel like we should do the same with Triple H. If you're gonna give him power, he should be Padawan then mod first.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of unfair that
We're getting to him after this one. So let's first decide on Cube. So Cube will not be a mod. He will be a Padawan.
I mean, we still do technically have that rule. Can we address that rule? Are we keeping in the no minors in the staff rule in place? Is that?
I don't think that we should bring in any others.
Okay, so honestly, Fancy. If you don't want minors, any other minors, then why Cube? I think that there were rules set for a reason. And honestly, I think that if you like Cube, he can always become a moderator. He's
has to wait a couple years.
It's not necessary for him to be. There are other good people that can be. If he's trusted, you can give him bourgeoisie and every other ranks to get in all the voice channels.
And it's not. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He can always then later become a moderator, but I kind of see the problem because he's 15 or 16. 16. So I kind of understand why they have a problem with that because if I look at myself as I was 16. I wouldn't want myself as a moderator.
And he's not.
I mean, I think with like a lot of us, like I became like a mod when I was 16, but I realized like a lot, like a lot of that caused a lot of the problems we've experienced over the years.
And he's not starved to roles either. He has plenty of shit to do around the community. I feel like this is just gonna dilute the shit he's already doing. Like he's already incredibly active.
Okay, so
he already does his YouTube. Like Cube's active and
would
and
you
he's great. And we gave him bourgeois, but
okay, Fancy, would you be willing to let Cube just become a bourgeoisie and not having any.
Can we let
power
Bunyip talk because he said he wants to say something about.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't see that.
Okay, I specifically left the server today because I couldn't handle the Cube shit. Like I was spoken to by Paul yesterday to try and keep this shit under wraps as much as possible, and then he's putting audit logs in general. Posting shit about the drama in general, like that's not coming up a lot.
That shit was unforgivable. He should not be stabbed at.
Okay, so honestly, I think it might be a good thing to concede that he will not be a moderator. Just to sometimes you have to appease others, and he can of course be in the server. Maybe you can be like with any issues towards Cube, go to the medium first. Like if he's being annoying or you think you want to ban him or kick him, just go to the medium. Like he's bourgeoisie, so be a little have some at least some.
Oh yeah, that could be interesting.
Don't treat him like any other Discord member. Just and he's like a potential moderator in the future.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, so
that sounds pretty reasonable.
Cube will become bourgeoisie. Bourgeoisie. Potential mod in the future. HHH. Fancy.
I think we should put him I think he should be Padawan. Like if we're gonna make him staff at all.
I agree. He can be a Padawan.
Okay. HHH. I honestly, Padawan. Do we want the Padawan to be recognized in the server? Do we already want them to have power? Or do we want them to be...
I was going to ask
They already do
Fancy
have power.
a few days, or well, a few weeks ago even. Like, you know how along the sidebar we used to have a separate Padawan role? Do we want that back?
Okay, I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. Just have the Padawans be mods for all intents and purposes in the structure of the server. We just treat them differently. Like, oh, you're on a 1-month trial here. You're a Padawan. You're a mod for all intents and purposes, so people know they can go to you. It'll actually get people. Like, no one's gonna go to fucking AHA for help.
That makes
It's
sense.
not a fucking.
I think that makes a lot of sense because like no fucking general pleb right now knows what the fuck a Padawan role is.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it's an idea to give them the mod role, but also give them.
Here's an idea.
Pardon.
I think in the DP server itself they should just be a mod, but in the DPU they should be a Padawan. So that
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter to them at all. It's more of a thing for us that they're a Padawan.
Yeah, okay, and maybe it would be also wise to add that role to the DP Discord, but just don't make it like separate from the mods. Just add it to their name, like a name tag.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like in the little area with all the shit.
Like an unrecognized role in the sidebar.
Yeah.
Okay, so Padawan will return.
I was just going to say, since I was the only one here that's actually had the Padawan thing, you don't not get PMs because you're Padawan. People still do come to you. It's people.
Okay, so I just want to go back to Cube for a second. Then, do we want Cube to be a Padawan too?
I mean, shouldn't we wait until that would still give him mod powers? Don't we want to hold off on that?
Okay, so he will just
be Bouge, whatever.
To Bouge. Okay, and HHH will be Padawan. Alicia. Honestly,
I don't think anyone has any objections to
Alicia.
Alicia.
Likes Alicia. It's just should we keep it consistent and give her Padawan as well?
Yeah, give her Padawan.
Yeah, it's only fair. If Ahav has to be a Padawan, then anyone who's coming on the staff should have to be a Padawan first.
Yeah, that's
because HHH is Ahav, right? Like
no, half-heartless heathen. Half-heartless heathen.
Two different people.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Dude, all these names, man.
But Ahav's been cucked out of a staff position for like 6 months. So I mean, if we're gonna make him go through it, we might as well make everyone.
Okay, Ahav. Okay, so Alicia will be Padawan, and Ahav too.
Ahav already is.
Ahav,
yeah, he is.
Okay, Ahav. I just put that into Ahav. Okay. Steve-O and Gatak will be banned forever.
Yes.
And this is okay. Fancy, you want that?
Yes.
Okay, Fence. Then I'll just put that in bold. Let me get back to this part. No ban for ideology. That's just.
I think we have to go to the 3 stipulations that we gave now.
Yeah, I just going back to Fancy's points. Okay. I'm just putting everything in bold. That will be a thing. This and this. Okay. Fancy, guys. I just don't. I know these are some issues that you are probably pretty vocal about. I just want to hear Fancy talk. Okay, so just let him speak and answer. Okay, Fancy. This stipulation is kind of weird for me, but Fancy needs to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help your white ass.
My ass is white, but okay.
I'll just ask what do you want him to be truthful about?
He already admitted to it.
Yeah. That was before he admitted to it. So
yeah, okay, yeah. We all make up. Well, we'll do that later. Don't spread the coup attempt. The coup attempt was for power. Honestly, guys, I don't think we should talk about all this at all anymore, because that's just gonna make people upset, angry. We'll get disagreements. The medium will have to get involved. So maybe we should just make a rule that outside of just talking to the medium or with Fancy about each other in a normal, friendly way, we just don't talk to anyone about the coup attempt.
Yeah, right above that point about the coup attempt, we say treat everything as water under the bridge. So I think we should just defer to that point and just move
No
on.
one talks about the coup attempt. Now, I just want to, because some people left here and some people returned and went back, so I'm just going to the DP Discord right now. The admins right now are Loco, Cuboid Hands, HHH, J-Feather, and Ludium. That means that HHH, Half Heartless Heathen, he will become a Padawan, so he will be demoted. So maybe someone can do all this right now, okay? So
could I also ask? I'd be interested if Shay could become a Padawan as well and get staff.
I agree with that.
All right, but also one more thing. I think the anti-fans group, so to speak, needs to go back and discuss this amongst ourselves before we make any decisions on what to do.
Okay, so
wait, she was already
okay, I will. Let's do this, okay?
Oh yeah, that was taken off for a while ago, Krista. That's why I'm saying.
Krista's saying why did she need
guys.
Already been a mod.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's true. I just brought it up because I wasn't sure if everyone was okay with her being.
Now, what about Krista as well?
I think Krista should be a mod, honestly.
Guys, wait, guys, please stop. You guys said you guys want to discuss things.
Yeah,
so
what
I think is a good thing to do.
Just gonna make a new fucking voice
we'll create an extra voice chat.
We already have a Discord. We can go. It's fine.
Okay, just go to that Discord, and in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, we'll meet back here. Okay.
All right.
All right, sounds good.
So I will hear everything you guys just discussed. But I want to get 2 issues out of the way first. First of all, what we're going to do next. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what you guys just discussed and how Fancy them feels and Die and whatever and whoever wants to talk. Then we're going to talk about staff. So just, who gets what role. But first I want to talk about Sword of Storms, because I talked to Fancy and he doesn't feel comfortable with you being admin, but he would be okay with you being a mod. But I do think that if it becomes cool between you guys again, that I think that Fancy will be okay with you becoming admin again in the future. I think Fancy.
Can I ask what made Fancy uncomfortable with having Sword?
I didn't do anything special in this entire thing besides having the power.
I don't know about that, but Fancy, go ahead. Why do you not feel comfortable with Sword being a mod or admin? Sorry.
I can explain it better than I could.
Out of the two, like, there's two people that I have seen more malicious out of everyone, and that would have to be Thomas and Sword. Those two people out of everyone really wanted you to usurp Fancy and take this whole thing out of proportion and just basically get to that position themselves. So, like, those two people I'm very uncomfortable with and I don't trust whatsoever anymore.
Alright, so, well, I think...
Dai doesn't want Sword to have any position at all.
Alright,
okay.
Krista was the most vocal. I think she should speak for what we want.
Wait, 1 second, guys. Just 1 second, I'll stay quiet for 1 second. I just had to fix something. Okay, so who wanted to talk for you guys?
I think Krista should, because she was the most vocal.
Nope, somebody else should do it right now.
First, just the issue of Sword. Would you be willing to step down and become a moderator?
Well,
I think they should talk about what they want first, because they had that meeting.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah. Hey, Enos, since you are the most important piece that Fancy obviously just wants to mac the most, what do you make of this?
I don't know. I will have to think about it.
Well,
when we were in the group discussion, people wanted me back as head admin. I'm just gonna say that, and I don't know.
See, for instance, can I just point out something that, like, this is how I know as well Sword just wants power. Because he was talking about head admins and he was all for it until I pointed out that he wouldn't be one.
No, because I don't trust you guys, that's why.
Why? What have I done?
Because you're emotionally unstable.
Yeah, what have I done? Tell me, out of everyone here,
you went back to Fancy, how about that? You're obviously in his hands. You're gonna go back to him, and you're just gonna...
Okay.
You're just gonna do everything.
Glad you know what happened in my personal life. And that you know everything.
Guys, okay. We're talking about personal things right now. I just
hate what... Sorry, go
on. Honestly, Sword... You guys, I'm looking at, like, you, everyone as a group. So you are arguing for the group's intentions, and that kind of gives you an advantage and a disadvantage at the same time, because you being an admin is kind of a smaller issue because you have a lot more demands and things that you want.
He just wants power. That's all.
No, I don't. I didn't want.
You weren't.
I would have. Don't you think I would have been content with this things having been as it is if this didn't come around? I was content.
Okay, no, because listen, with all this going on, half of the people only got involved yesterday, and they were so quick to jump on, like, oh, we need to get rid of Fancy, this and that and the third. And there was no talk about, like, it was my personal issues being brought up, and here I am being the one, like, you people say you don't trust.
We have a moral issue.
For some reason.
We cannot work with someone who did that thing to Kibble. That's what I think. That's what I wanted to leave for. That's why.
Stop.
You never
cared. Stop. Okay. I just want to know this. Sword. Wait, Sword. This is not like, I just want to stress this for everyone. Right now, I'm not on anyone's side. I'm neutral. I'm just a moderator, and I like anyone here. I have no problem with. Sword, you say that power. You don't care about the power, so
I would prefer more power. Obviously, that's like everyone though. But like,
would you be okay? Because Fancy and I would prefer to have you not as staff member at all.
Well, and then everyone else would prefer me as head admin. So
I've made multiple concessions.
Wait. Let me finish.
Out of everyone, I'd prefer Luis to be a head admin over you, Sword, any day. So he's done way more than you have.
Wait, that doesn't matter right now. We're talking about Sword. Sword, you say your group wants you to be head admin. They don't want you to be a staff member at all, but they are willing to give you staff membership. So would you be okay with being a moderator?
I feel like that's a bit degrading, given what I've done for this
Well,
community.
then don't take it.
I think honestly that you can, dude. Like it's all about kind of like we're trying. Everyone here.
Maybe admin. That's what I'm gonna say.
We already got rid of head admins.
All right.
There won't be head admins. There will just be admins. So it's either being a mod. The kind of the decision that you have to make right now is just being a moderator or stopping with being a staff member. I will
I'm not
say
even
to
sure
you,
I'm going to Discord at this point. So
I will say to you though that honestly, if you are a moderator, I know you, and I think that Fancy and Dai are right now. They just don't really trust you. And if you can win that trust back, I'm sure that you will become an admin in the future. I think that sometimes you just have to, take what you can and be happy with that. Because I don't think that you will become. I don't think even if you try to convince them, I don't think that there's a world in which you will be an admin tomorrow.
Can I say something? Sword. Dude, if you were really a trustworthy person enough to be an admin, then you would have talked to me instead of trying to ruin 3 fucking years of friendship. Dude, why would you not fucking have a conversation? Yeah, everyone else did it, so why do you... what, are you too fucking pussy to come out and speak against the crowd?
Because I thought you would fucking get rid of the server and delete it.
You thought a lot of things.
Hold on! Shut up! Shut up, Eggs! Excuse me, but Sword has confronted you. Did you forget? Or are you conveniently forgetting that? Do you not remember the meeting that I called, that I tried to bring all of this up in? Look how it happened then.
I never fucking heard about. Never once fucking heard about that. So clearly you didn't try to establish it at fucking all. Because if I don't hear about it, then it must have not fucking happened.
Meeting. No, hold on.
Wait, stop. Meeting that happened months ago.
But this is where
months ago.
This is where the problem stemmed. This is why it has gotten as bad as it has gotten.
No, it's not.
Please stop talking, guys. Please stop.
Krista, to be fair,
this is fucking laughable, honestly.
Can we stop?
You don't know the full
if you're gonna talk to me and make an argument, don't talk down to me like. I can't stand being talked down to.
Fancy,
yeah, and I can't either. And look at what you've done this whole time.
Guys, fucking stop! Guys, please.
You haven't been around for fucking months.
Stop. Can we please just
stop pretending to know about everything?
Krista, do you know that these people here were talking shit about Ashley yesterday because they thought she was the one
they called her a cunt.
I know. I saw it.
But that's just one of the many things.
One of many things.
I'm not stupid. I know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm the one that, out of everyone here, like, what Fancy has done would affect me the most, and the fact that I've seen a lot more maliciousness on everyone here, as opposed to him. Like, the ones that are trying to destroy the server at this point are you people. Like, it's ridiculous.
Well, okay, guys, stop.
Yeah, wait,
stop. We're trying here to have a conversation and to figure stuff out and to work it out. This is not helping, okay? I don't care about any reasons or whatever. What we're trying to do is
this. Yeah, because there's going to be too much animosity otherwise. We need to get out these issues.
We can do that later once we have mediums. We can do that once we have mediums. Okay. In my opinion, that's the better thing to do. Because then it will not be a firefight of words between a lot of different people in a group. You can just talk to the medium and explain your problem, and they will talk to that person. Right now, I want to know, you guys, group, outside of Sword, so Sword not, you can decide if you want it or not. Just the group. So outside of Fancy and Dai, Jay Feather, Chrissy, like, would you be okay with Sword being a moderator instead of being an admin. Remember, there are no head admins anymore. Just type, okay, one for yes, or just type yes, I would be okay with it, or no, I wouldn't. I want him to be admin in the chat. Like,
I would accept him being a mod.
Just say it in the chat, like 1 for yes and 2 for no.
1 is for the manatee.
Sorry, I will mute my mic momentarily.
Enos, what about you?
What's the question again?
Would you be okay with Sword being a mod instead of an admin?
Okay, I see Fancy that says 1 and 1 and 1. Honestly, I do think that it's Sword. If everyone's okay with it, I think that.
Well, that's if I come back at all. So.
Yeah, Sword. That decision is you will have to make it now. Do you want to be a moderator?
I'm making it. I can make it whenever time I want. You can't fucking.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
So that's
Wait,
it.
Stop. The offer is now. The offer is standing now. You either say yes or to being a moderator, or you say no. If you don't want to make the decision now, then you will just be bourgeoisie.
Whatever. I'm
Yeah,
out.
sure, take it.
Okay. No, he just okay.
Okay. Then,
listen.
So I'm sorry, guys, but as a moderator, I'm neutral, but there have to be decisions made, and if someone
he's just mad he's not going to be
decision-
head admin. That's his problem.
No, that's not the reason why. That is not the fucking reason.
What is the reason, Eggs?
It's
Go on, speak.
Unethical, and you're just gonna pretend that it's just a moral disagreement.
What?
Honestly,
no, because
guys,
he's an untrustworthy piece of shit. That's why.
Yeah, because he didn't follow you.
No, because he stormed out like a fucking petulant child, like he didn't get his fucking way.
Oh no. If you
and then when he wasn't given head admin,
stop.
and said he didn't want to do it anymore.
Die, wait.
The majority of people here agreed.
Die.
Or don't care.
How do you know?
Fancy, wait.
Because we just voted, Eggs.
Wait, guys. Eggs. Explain to me, outside of just, I disagree.
He's your friend.
Explain to me with a clear reason why, and with like, this is a big thing. This is why he needs to be admin. Head admins don't exist anymore.
I just want to.
Okay, so no one wants Sword to be a head admin. All right, let's move on to the.
Okay, so then he doesn't become an admin. Head admin doesn't exist anymore. So
because there's there's something underlying that's way bigger than whether or not somebody should be head admin on a fucking superficial chat.
Well, that's what we're discussing.
We're talking about.
This is what the real issues are. There's the real issues, and then we're just hiding behind a bunch of bullshit that's not going to matter in the long run.
It doesn't matter. X. No, you got it wrong. Because the thing what we're talking about is we're talking about a server, and whether you like it or not, but Fancy is the owner of the server. And if he is really got a problem with something, do you really think that if you guys create another Drunken Peasants server, that 7,000 people will join that?
And already Paul and them have decided that they're staying with
Paul
Fancy.
and the
so you have to.
Yeah, and the Drunken Peasants have already decided, this is, it is a fan server, but it's an official fan server. It's supported by the peasants themselves. So this will be the server. Sword of Storms, he might have his problems, but he can either agree to be a mod.
You're laughing at it, but you're not really.
I've got something.
Counterpoints.
I've made multiple concessions, and I didn't have to make any concessions. But I want you guys here because I value you guys around. So I've made multiple concessions, and honestly, I think I've been pretty fucking fair throughout this whole. I don't know. Have your own opinion if you want, but I'm just trying to get to a medium where everyone's at least decently. And if someone's gonna storm out like a little child because they didn't get what they want, in particular,
they didn't get their head admin.
Honestly, guys,
they can go ahead.
I couldn't care less about admin, so I'm just gonna leave. And
Okay,
well, you can leave. That's your own decision.
You can leave if you want it.
Yeah, go ahead and leave.
Then. Okay. Right now, that issue's just been, it's gone right now because he left. That's his own decision. That does mean that he will not be a community leader, or an admin or a mod or whatever. So right now, what I want to talk about is community leaders, which is obvious. Community leaders will. This is just filling in. Fancy, Paul,
Ben and
TJ, Ben, and well, if Scotty wants to be in, Scotty too. He's like admins. Who's gonna be admin? Inos
I
is
want
gonna
Shay
be
to be an
admin.
admin.
Inos is gonna be admin. Let's just first do the obvious ones, okay? So Inos is gonna be admin for sure, right?
Louise for sure.
Louise. Wait, let me. One moment. I need to make this. Bold. Inos. Okay, Inos is admin. Who else will be admin?
Feather can be an admin.
J Feather is admin. Okay, who else? Ludium?
That's Louise.
Ludium is Louise.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I just
I
know.
want Shay to be an admin. That's up to her if she wants to accept that or not.
Yeah, I think we talked before. Shay will be a mod.
Shay, what would you like? Are you willing to even come back to this?
Be an admin, or even come back.
Because keep in mind, she's been staff before. That's why I think she's qualified for an admin position.
I think for the best of how things are going about right now, I'm willing to go back on, but it'd be better for me to just step in as a mod right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put you in as mod then.
Talk about like promotion.
Yeah.
Okay, so who else will be an admin?
Me, I assume.
Yeah. Okay. So right now we've got Inas, J Feather, we've got Louise, and we've got Dai. Is there anyone else that has to be a admin or an admin?
No.
No. Okay, then we're talking about mods.
No.
I don't think so.
Loco.
Oh yeah,
Krista.
What about Krista? Like what's?
Not honest.
I think for everyone that we're bringing back, they should be a mod.
Loco. Okay, Loco. And what about Loco?
I think.
Well, he never left. He just doesn't do it.
Yeah, I think maybe he should be demodded to mod, honestly, because he's not really.
He's been around more active. He's been more active.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's at least give him a.
Oh, yeah,
so are we?
I didn't
so
know
Loco, is he gonna be an admin or a mod? Loco Cabana. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, demodded to mod, Bunyan.
What, Bunyan?
Okay, so Loco
funny.
Loco Cubano is a mod now. Will be moderator. Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Why are you here, Sam? What?
The answer is no.
I was a big part of this.
Oh,
I was a big part of this.
We'll need to talk later.
Yeah, it's just that I was a big part of this, and I've been included for every discussion, other than every discussion this whole week. So that's why I'm in here. So don't question.
Yeah, no, I'm just joking, Sam.
Is there any chance that I would be moving up?
I think the fact that you asked is, I don't know. We're getting
shit.
Wow.
I discussed this with you.
Okay, I know.
Oh my god, Sam.
Like we might.
Okay. I'm Padawan. It's okay.
I think we should give her Padawan, maybe.
No.
Okay,
honestly,
then I guess
honestly, I first want to ask this. Me, Fancy, and Dai talked about the medium position. We talked about one person, but we thought it might be a good idea to have 2 or 3 mediums.
Maybe Sam could be one of those.
Oh god.
Can I? Will I be able to move into full rooms?
I mean,
oh my god.
I mean, to be fair, we could just give that position, because that's all she ever wanted was to just move into full rooms.
Okay,
Sam,
wait,
let me move into full rooms position with a nice color. Is that really what you've been going for?
That's literally what I want.
No.
Oh my god.
That is okay. So you can see you didn't want to actually do any work.
No, honestly, though, I think Sam's good at listening.
Honestly, I think that's honestly just pretty honest. She just says, I don't necessarily need to be mod. I just want to be able to move in full rooms to enjoy talking to people. I think, honestly, maybe it would be a good idea to create another role above bourgeoisie that allows people to just move into full rooms.
What's the point of the staff room then? Why is that there?
I still think I'd like Sam to. I still think I'd like Sam to try and do one.
To be fair, the reason we made that staff room was because if we needed to pull a pleb in and talk to them, that's why that was there.
Okay, Fancy, what do you want Sam to become?
Okay, bud.
I want her to be one of the new mediator things.
A mediator? Okay. Do you want me as a medium?
I think that would be fine if you were on the medium.
Okay, yeah, I'll be
You've
willing
shown
to
that
do
you're okay so far.
And
I don't think anyone here would be opposed to you, unless again they can speak up for themselves.
You've done an excellent job today, so and you've always been pretty chill in voice, so I don't think anyone would take issue with that.
And Sam will be Sam. This position we talked about it. What this will do, it will allow you to move into any room in the DP Discord.
Yay!
By the way, Fancy, I'd just like to say that if you need me to step aside down, that's fine.
What do you mean?
We're getting back to mods right now.
Why I brought up
Fancy, can you send me a screenshot of like everyone that holds a mod position?
Alright.
Because I can't see
I don't know
everyone
how to
online.
do that. Like the current mod, like that's all I can show you.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Just give me all the mods right now, and then we'll talk about who else becomes mods, because otherwise it's just hard for me to check everything.
There's quite a few mods that have left that aren't in the list.
Yeah, just put it in this general. Padawans. Let me just. I'll write the Padawans in first. Alicia. Alicia will be Padawan. Ahav. HHH.
Shay, I think we're giving. Is Shay? Wait, no, Shay's just
Shay's mod. Shay's mod.
Never mind.
So we got 2 Padawans.
Wait, 3 Padawans.
Yeah.
3. Yeah, 3. That's right. Okay, so Alicia. Wait, there are 2 Alicias or 1? Right, Alicia and Alicia, because I know 2.
What?
I thought only one of them was in the Facebook.
Oh yeah, because I'm also Facebook mod, and we've got
It's
Alicia.
the same Alicia. It's the same
Yeah,
Alicia.
because you write it differently, because on Facebook it's written different. Alicia is mod right now, but she will become Padawan, right?
Yes.
Okay, Crosshair, mod or not?
He can stay a mod.
Crosshair, Baby Grinder.
That's Whitey. He can stay a mod.
Yeah, Whitey. I'll just put him as his own name, Whitey Siscum.
Oh, wait, but Whitey just got made a mod yesterday after the fallout of what happened. Shouldn't he be a Padawan?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, he should.
Okay, I'll put him in Padawans. Wait 1 second. Whitey Siscum. Whitey Siscum. Alicia. Need to change that name to its original. Alicia.
Fancy, I take it you're leaving False and Lance there.
Okay, Living Skeleton. Living Skeleton. Mod or not?
He can stay a mod.
Has he done anything in the... well, whatever.
Yeah, we'll just leave the subreddit mods for now.
Yeah, he's active on the subreddit.
I don't know about that.
Nowhere Lands.
Leave him.
No, Lance doesn't do anything.
False and Lance are kind of,
False talks about anime.
But Lance essentially wants to be a mod just so he can be in the DPU server.
Basically.
Stage Fright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stage fright.
Where's Coolman in all of this?
Honestly, I think False should
He was in
probably
this
be
server.
demoted because False promised to do mod work when he got his role
Yeah,
back.
he
and
promised
he's
that
literally
3
he hasn't done a
times.
single thing over
No,
the entire
Jay.
duration
No,
of it.
even when you weren't back, False was demoted for a while. Then he got brought back on the same exact promise of, "Oh, I'll do work," and it never happened.
False
And then
has
all of a sudden
never
he
done
said,
anything.
"I'll do work," and it
Wait,
never
wait,
happened.
wait, wait,
And a
wait,
third
wait.
time happened, and it's just never happened.
Yeah, we'll just get False.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
false. So
that'd be
false will be demoted.
to board. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Zio the Dong Henry, which is Henry Cakesmith.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave him as a
Cakesmite does actual suburb.
Henry.
Luis, what happened to Coolman? I thought he was in this too.
He's pretty
been
neutral.
Yeah, he's been
Okay.
he's been emotional about it too. He's been like in and out of it the past like few days.
Do we want him as a mod or not?
He said he's getting tired of the drama.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully this will
It's not
be
the same as
resolved.
being emotional.
Okay. So right now, as moderators, we have Shay, Loco Cubano, Crosshair, Living Skeleton, Nowhere Land, Stage Fright, Henry Cakesmite, and Coolman. So there are people still here in this voice that do not have ranks yet. For example, Journey Fox.
She's
Krista, yeah, didn't we say she was going to come back as a mod?
Mod, okay.
Yeah, is that what you want, Krista? Yeah, I haven't heard you speak in a while.
No, no.
Yeah,
Let's
she,
be
I
honest.
didn't-
Don't bother.
Yeah, she doesn't want to come back.
Don't bother. I'm upset. I'm frustrated. We'll talk about that later. Just don't bother.
Okay. Then we have Bunyip.
I was a mod, but I'm willing to step down if they needed to.
No, I think you're fine.
Leave him.
Yeah, Bunyip. Honestly, I know I'm neutral, but honestly, Bunyip, I think that he should be mod. If I'm just speaking with opinion, that.
Yeah, no, that's completely fine. I agree with you.
Bunyip is probably the hardest working moderator, so yes.
Yeah.
And
He's done a lot.
Zampaw.
Sorry, go ahead.
Mod.
Zampaw's done a lot too. So
Yeah.
I think he should stay.
If Fancy wants me on, I'll stay on. I think I kind of screwed the pooch on a lot of
No,
this.
it's fine, Zampaw.
Zampaw, you're the first person I told.
Zampaw, the issue is you're just such a nice person in general. Like, it's fine.
No, I appreciate it.
I think that was kind of. I think we're kind of there. This I'll just read it. We've got our community leaders. We know that. We've got admins: Inas, Jfeather, Ludjum, and Die. That means we've got 4 admins. Do we want another admin because there used to be 5, which means there are now 4.
And read off the mods today. I'll think about
Then we've got no more admins, right?
Head admins, right?
it.
Yeah. I don't think, is there anyone you want to promote to admin, Fancy?
Name the mods again for me.
The
Name
mods.
the mods. Are gonna be...
Shay, Loco Cubano, Crosshair, Living Skeleton, Nowhere Lands, Stage Fright, Henry, aka Kate Smite, Coolman, Bunyip, and Zampaw.
Bunyip's probably the closest, but he's only been a mod for so long, so maybe eventually we'll make him an admin consultant.
Okay. Padawans: Whitey Siscum, Alicia Dutchy, Ahav, and HHH.
Can I interrupt for a second? Can we let Krista talk? Because I feel like she has a lot to say.
Yeah,
and I don't want anyone to interrupt her.
We're almost done with this. I just really want to make this finish this real quick, and then she can say. And then we've got the mediums, which is me and Sam. And me and Sam will talk about.
And probably Chris.
Yeah, Chris has got to be one of these.
Okay.
That's the perfect position for him, honestly. I think.
Yeah.
We're talking about Journey Fox, right? Then, or wait, who are we
No, Christopher.
Yeah, Christopher.
Oh, Christopher. Okay, Chris.
You know him.
Oh yeah.
No, like not. There's 2 Chris, so make sure it's the right one.
Chris. Which is that? I'll just put Christopher and
You want me to
and
just get
Fancy
his
will know.
Discord,
Fancy will know which one it is.
Yeah.
I can be sorry.
The mediums, as I'll just put me as with medium. Like I'll just not that I have more power, but as medium that I just will start everything out because I know what the rule is all about, and I'll talk to them, and then we'll just be mediums. So wait, okay, I've gotten everything. So we've got staff right now. Fancy, I will send everything to you. That means that this. Wait, what the fuck? This is weird. Don't. I'll send it like this. One moment. Okay. Fancy. The list I send you is all the staff members that will be there. Everything. No one else. Everyone that has a position now that's not in that list will have no position. That will just be bush. Like anyone that gets from staff to nothing will become bourgeoisie.
Can I ask? We kind of skipped over Krista, and I don't know if Krista's interested.
Yeah, that's where I want to go right now. Because I said like I just want to finish this. Krista, go your game.
No, just forget it. I don't even care anymore.
No.
Sure, Krista?
No, I'm done. I'm done. I probably won't be back. Fuck it. Ashley and I got our thing. That's it. Bon voyage. Cause I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. I'm tired of. I tried.
What? Just.
I never intended to get admin or mod. I never really wanted it. I got it as a joke. That's how it started. I got it as a joke. It was funny. It was
Because we were having fun.
It was a joyful giggle riot. Like, oh, give me mods so that everybody
do you want admin?
No, I don't. That's the thing. I don't want power. I never wanted it.
Yeah.
So,
that's the problem here. The reason why I'm here is not because of admin or mod or power. I don't give a fuck about any of that.
Peasants.
Honestly, I'm here for Paul and Paul alone and Ashley because those are my family. Paul is practically my brother. I hope he considers me the same. Ashley is 100% my sister. I look out for their best interest all the time. However, I got mod as a joke. It was funny. Then I got admin. Suddenly, I'm caught up in this whirlwind of bullshit. Now suddenly I've got everybody jumping down my throat all the time because I'm just trying to help. Well, apparently that was a fucking mistake, and I should have never, ever agreed to it because it just created more chaos and drama in my life than I really needed. No.
I just wish you'd come to me, that's all, because they've
did.
told you a lot.
We brought this up in the meeting. That's the reason why I left. Because the meeting went nowhere. Paul ripped me a new one. Everyone ripped me a new one. I got tarred and feathered in that meeting. And then you know what happened recently? Paul came to me and apologized. Because it should have never happened. So I'm sitting here and we're having the same meeting again. This has gone the same way for the same reasons a second time. God knows if there's been more. I've been gone the last couple months because I pieced the fuck out because I got tired of it. Now we're having this.
Pretty calm.
Apparently we're here again.
Yep.
And it's an issue. And this is the underlying issue that I don't know about everyone else, but I have been trying to focus on, is the underlying issue that people are not treated with the respect that they deserve. Fancy takes on too much. He tries to take on everything. He cannot take on everything. I have watched this happen at my own job in the post office. I have watched the same situation go down. It doesn't work. It never works. You're not Superman. You may think that you are, but you're not. And you can't just take on all of this responsibility and expect everything to be okay. And then when your staff steps in and tries to help you and you freak out at them, what do you think is going to happen? And then we don't address it, or when we do address it, nothing happens. Builds up and builds up. Hold on. It builds up, and we get to where we are now. Because that is why your staff went nuclear. Because things built up under the surface for so damn long.
Okay, so that's why we have
I think
now.
I have something to say.
Wait, just let Fancy respond.
Yeah, I have something to say. When it comes to having an open dialogue and talking to people, it's a two-way street. If they need to communicate their problems to me more often. That's why I'm trying to have these monthly meetings. So even if there's not anything going on that fucking month, we can have a dialogue and get things out and just get things settled. But the thing is, people need to be willing to actually talk to me about it. They can't just fucking pussy off.
Be scared.
And be afraid
But can you blame people for being scared right now?
Yes, I can.
I can't.
He's yelled at me plenty of times, but I still spoke my mind. It's about the people. They need to stick up. If they're going to have a position, they need to be assertive with it. I can understand why they'd be scared, but I don't think Fancy has never, for instance, demodded or banned another staff member
but they
for them
have.
speaking out.
They
That's
have.
never happened.
It used to be. You know that it used to be a joke to ban eggs every single fucking day. You were there, I recall. You know what the best part is? Is eggs is right there arguing against his own self-interest. If Sword had his way, I guarantee you, eggs would not last very long as an adult.
Oh no, Sword hates eggs. I know that.
Sword hates eggs, but when they're useful to each other, everyone's best friends, right? So let me ask you something. Do you think it was right to go in behind my back and conspire against me instead of everyone coming together and being like, Fancy, as a mod team, we all want to have a discussion with you about some serious fucking issues. And then I'd just be like, all right, let's talk about it.
I would have been more on their side if they did that, but the fact that they went in such a terrible way, honestly, I was shocked.
I just think it's not very fair to use my terrible actions in the past that I've repented for as an excuse to excuse all the shit.
Okay, wait, Krista.
I really want this to be a dialogue.
Wait, you say we're gonna get back to this and that kind of stuff. No. First of all, Fancy has said sorry for what he did. He said that he will try not to yell at people anymore. And we created a new role that will have 3 people in it that will serve as staff mediums, that will make sure that the staff is working together, that people can come to them for problems, that if there is a problem with Fancy that people have, that they don't necessarily have to talk to Fancy immediately if they don't want to or are scared, and they can either do that anonymously, like that I can say hey, there are people in the mod, and I can't say who, that feel like this, and that we as mediums will then make. Our job is to make sure that there is communication between staff members. So we did come up with a solution for these problems, and if it works, there won't be issues like that anymore because we created a safeguard for that. We created a way to avoid those kind of things.
Honestly, I'm hopeful. I don't think what happened last time with that meeting you were in, Krista, that it's going to happen again with everything we've placed. I can only ask you to have faith, and maybe if you're willing to come on and try and help us steer this community into a better place, because you out of everyone have the you have Paul and Ashley in mind for this. Out of everyone, I know for a fact you wouldn't care for power or any of the that's what I can say for certain about you, Krista, and that's why I prefer if you came here and just didn't leave us, because I think we need you.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a shitty person for saying this, or maybe it's the meds talking. Who fucking knows at this point?
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking trust it to work. I don't.
Okay.
I just don't. I'm sorry. Just after all the shit, I just don't. I don't trust it to work.
Well, we can see how it goes from now on, and you can come back in a month or two, and you can see if it's working well. and you can decide if you want to be involved again or if you think that we're going in a good direction. Like, that's all going to be up to you, but I ask that you just give a chance. Like, that's all I ask.
Like, my goal as medium, like, the reason I came up with it, because I saw, in the beginning of this meeting, I knew that there were just, and the reason I didn't want to get into personal problems and that kind of stuff is because that wouldn't make any difference.
Yeah,
like,
but
that wouldn't solve
need
anything.
to
That
as
wouldn't
well.
solve anything. That's why I came up with the medium.
Yeah,
Because
but the personal problems.
The medium will fix
They're
that.
just going to continue to build if we don't address
No, the personal problems are the root of this issue. It's not good to just avoid it and pretend that it's not.
That's why I'm trying to arrange for an open dialogue every single month, even if there's not a particular. Because if we just meet when there's if we just meet every single 3 or 4 months when there's shit that happens, we're not communicating. That's no form of communication. We need to be contacting each other.
Yeah, and now with the medium thing, there will always be communication. The medium will make sure that the medium is not on one side. The medium will just try to make sure the medium's goal is to make sure that there's a good flow of communication, that people are working together and friendly
like
with
Krista, for instance, do you like when it comes to Fancy and his moderation, like I can tell you for certain that if worse came to worse and he really was going to step down or whatever, that he would give all control to the peasants. And he's always said that he'd do that. Like, he has the peasants in mind. I would trust him when it comes to that, at least. So, like, just give it a chance.
I put the drunken peasants before anything.
Yeah,
I've given them the most personal time of any human being.
I've even seen Fancy arguing with other staff about that issue because they didn't, like, a few people in staff didn't think that the peasants should have any power in this Discord whatsoever.
Yep.
And Fancy was the one advocating
a
for
lot of
that
the same people you were arguing with, by the way, would gladly see Paul's ego stripped of all his power. So I'm just saying, interesting to think about it like that. But
they didn't want the peasants involved with the new subreddit at all. There's a lot of shit that happened.
Yeah, I had to fight to get Paul modded on the DP subreddit. I'm just gonna say that right there. If I don't have the best interest of Paul's ego in mind, I don't think.
Also, Fancy, I think it will be necessary.
Oh, and Shay wants
to
speak. I'm sorry, Shay. I only saw that now. She's been typing for a while. I don't mean to interrupt you. So.
Yeah. I just want to say one short thing to Krista also. Like, I will work with Fancy and with the mediums, like, to try and make sure that everyone knows what the mediums are, to make them as public as they can be, to make sure that people know why they are there and that, they will be used, that people do come to them. Like, I will try to do that because the reason, like, I want to do this and not be an admin, because I made it clear to Fancy before that I don't want to be an admin or a moderator.
I also think we should go.
I just want to make sure that the Discord is that people are working together and that all staff members do it right, like, can be friendly.
Can I also bring up an issue? I personally think we should go through some of the bans and, like, maybe bring some people back that were not really justified.
That shouldn't have been banned?
Yeah. I think that'll be the start. Yeah, like, I think that's what we need to do.
Next staff meeting then. Shay, what do you want to say?
I knew I was supposed to come in as, like, a support thing, but I just want to say that I'm trying to calm down. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Take your time, Shay.
With the Fancy thing, and it's no thing for you. You say that they should have gone to you, but you kind of make it hard to because of how you come across.
Yes.
And with my personal thing, with our argument, we never resolved it, and I was still lie about that. Each time, even with little things, even with you talking about this stuff now, you've called people names and stuff, and it's hard to talk to you. People want to talk to you, but it's hard.
The problem I've had this entire meeting is because I know every single thing that these people have said about me behind closed doors, and that angers built up a lot over a week. I'm sure you can understand if a bunch of people that you consider your close friends for years were conspiring against you, that you might be a little bit upset when you found out about it suddenly one day.
But like before that, the way when you get angry, it kind of makes people.
Well, that's more of a personal issue. To be fair, though.
Yeah, and to be fair, I'm being medicated for that now.
Crawls into a administration issue.
Yeah, but
I do have to say that if
Can I say something?
as a community leader, Fancy, and I like you, but and I've not personally witnessed this. I've not seen you angry. I've never heard you yell at me or whatever. I've always had cool times with you. But if people have a problem, if there seems to be a problem with they feel like you get angry quickly, like as a community leader, at least try to be a little bit more open then.
That's the thing. That's already
they
being
have that.
handled.
If they have that issue, but I know that you've already said you will. Then they will work. Everyone here has to work on something, and then as advice, if they see it that way, that you become angry quickly, just try to work on that.
Sam, what did you want to say? You wanted to say?
I like to say that, like, it's not like that he's just getting angry. It's just that, like, he wouldn't listen to me when I was trying to explain the situation. When he did get when the one time he did get angry at me, and I'm honestly like, and it was also at a point where I thought that the whole staff was against me, also, because let's just face it, that like a lot of people were. And
Sam, I have to say something about that. And this is me outside being a moderator, so this is just me giving opinions. And outside of this, I will again be moderator. A big part of that, people were kind of trolling you because they knew they could easily fuck with you, and that wasn't really cool of them. And as a medium,
but why are you saying this? You were a main proponent of that.
Yeah, I will get to that. I did that too because I was kind of.
Someone told. I'm not going to say
Christ.
who. Someone told me that you were taking screenshots of my Facebook post to make fun of me in the DPU.
I will admit that I took 2 screenshots, but they were not of personal things. They were just bullshit posts. They were just.
That's what I'm saying, Krista. There's a lot of staff members that have done terrible things over the time. They're not all innocent.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
That's why I got so pissed off with these people trying to spin this narrative and make themselves look great.
But Sam, I do want to stress though that I might have done that, and I am still in the DPU.
I know that.
But now I have a staff membership as medium in the DP Discord. But before that, I wasn't a DP Discord staff member. The DP Discord people were kind of fucking, and I said sorry. I realized at a certain point, like, hey, I'm not being really fair, and
Can I say something?
Sorry.
Can I say something, by the way?
What is it?
Maya is 16.
Yeah.
Maya,
Sword's girlfriend, is 16.
She's within 3 years old. 3 years of him, it's still legal. And they haven't exchanged.
Yeah, Romeo and Juliet laws are a thing.
She doesn't live with him, and they haven't exchanged.
I'm just saying, like, that's just another example of, like, there's not much of a moral high ground that these people, like, they like to pretend like they have one, but they really don't.
It would still be legal if they did have sex.
But fancy, like, this is a personal thing for you, and I don't, honestly, I understand why they care or whatever. It's kind of like a drama, you know? And, honestly, if I were you, I would just ignore it and, you know, just make sure also for yourself, like, make sure you don't get into anything that, you know, is harmful to yourself. Because in my opinion, 16-year-olds are in some ways not old enough to make some decisions, but they're also getting to a point where they're becoming an adult. So I understand that it's, you know, something that can happen. But, you know, just make sure you're safe yourself.
In us, you haven't spoken in a while. I'm curious to see where you stand on everything. If you're still here.
I don't.
You don't care. What about the wiki? What about all that, for instance?
I don't care anything.
Huh?
I don't care about anything.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
I mean, because now is the time for everyone to kind of like just be as honest as you can be. Like, I don't want people to be like talking later on that they didn't get to say or do or get a point across that they wanted. But I suppose that's
Well,
it. Oh my god, can Sam and Bunyip not fight in the chat? Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to keep it out of voice.
Okay, just like ignore everything I say. I'm having a really hard time this week putting my thoughts into words.
Yeah, no, I understand you.
Like, I'm like honestly,
Yeah.
like I'm just like please take that into like account that I do like
Don't
I'm just,
worry,
like,
Sam,
I'm
don't
having a
worry.
really hard time with that because I'm really bad at like trying to, because like I think of things like certain ways that like other people don't or whatever, and it's hard for me to like freaking like just make a fucking sentence, just a simple fucking sentence.
And then
I'm
you'll
just
be
like,
sitting there later and you'll remember something you wanted to say.
Yeah, it's not fun.
I think everybody has that.
Welcome to my
Okay.
fucking life on medication.
Sam?
But I
What?
want to say this, guys. This is for everyone. It's kind of really, you know, disappointing. No, I think it's really sad that, you know, it all came to this. But I think everyone, like everyone that's staff member or is not anymore, just, you know, try to, you know, forget it or try to go past it and
Have faith
you know,
that it might change.
yeah, have faith in that things will change and be like positive about it. Have a positive outlook on what the DP Discord can be. And you know, we're trying this is a journey, like we're trying to make things better. Like now that we've created the medium, maybe things will be different. We're trying to make things different, that things will be better. Just, you know, stop the
Stanford, do you have
fighting.
anything to say?
I want to
'Cause
call
you
this a
haven't talked yet.
suggestion, but could I float an idea?
Sure, go ahead.
Could we consider... Now, I know a lot of you don't get along with Ruckus, but I think it would make sense... We don't even need to bring him on as a mod. Talk to him for some advice in regards to some moderation decisions around the server, because he's... Like, I've been talking to him for months, and, you know, like, he's... Say what you will about
Do you
him.
think he'd be a prime candidate for Pleasure Squad, for instance?
Yeah, I believe he should have Pleasure Squad. He's a good
Okay.
guy.
Should as well.
Then maybe that could be.
And
I don't know if he cares or wants it, but I think
he
he should
doesn't.
have
He
it.
doesn't like believe in the concept of Pleasure Squad. That's part of the issue. But I mean, in regards to running a server, he's been able to build a server that's like at most points of the day more fucking active than DP. And it's just some fucking depressed Australian dude with some free time on his hands. So he's clearly doing
he's a
something
Kiwi.
right.
Well, we can give him the role, and it can be up to him if
He's
he wants to
Tasmanian,
come
so
back
he's
and try and
Australian.
help with the server.
Yeah, no, like
I think he, like, honestly, he probably should.
You have some you had some pacing contest with him like a long time ago, but
Oh no, I don't. No, I never like it. We fought that one time. That's it. Like I don't actually have any that like. I don't feel like he's a good person. Oh no, like he hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Okay, Guy, in regards to the whole Ruckus and Clump, like that group,
Yeah.
like I've spoken to them like personally on multiple occasions, and they have no interest in the positions. Like
I mean, like Zenplay, you can probably talk to them and see if they'd want to come in, and then like they can decide. Like they can have the role if they want. It's up to them.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't really force them to come back if they don't want.
Yeah, of course.
Fancy. Where you
Is there
at?
anything else that we want to talk about or not?
I mean, everything I've wanted to say has already been said.
I'm fucking exhausted, honestly.
Well, we've gone
This
2
week.
hours here. I think we're about done.
Yeah.
Fancy, I think it's up to you now to give all the roles to everyone that needs the role, and to take all the roles from people that don't have roles anymore, and to spread the word about the medium position.
Should there be like an announcement? I guess.
Yeah,
made
there
in
should
the
definitely
server
be an
about
announcement
Okay.
about it, that there's now a new role, and that things.
Can I ask one more thing? What's the line that we put? Because this is going to be a fucking shit show in regards to people asking about what's happened over the past 24 hours. Is there some sort of central narrative?
I think it's best that we do not really
Just say
talk
it's a
about
staff
it.
issue, and it's not
Yeah,
really
just say it's a
something we want
staff
public
issue,
knowledge.
and if people, yeah, just say it's a staff issue, and that there have been a few changes in staff, and that if there are people like in bourgeoisie or whatever that know a lot about it, just tell them that the issue has been resolved,
Mhm.
that staff is now figuring stuff out, that the new role, the medium role, which
Yeah,
will be
make
known.
sure the plebs know about the medium role if there's an issue.
Yeah, that there's like, make sure everyone knows that there is a medium role. That if there's any problem, like this is the medium role is also for plebs. Like if there are a group of plebs, like 10 plebs that have a problem with one admin, they can go to the medium too.
Yeah.
Like the
There's
medium is just
accountability,
like,
basically.
yeah, the medium is not a powerhouse. Like the medium is only, the medium is like a communication point, just to make sure there are no big problems.
Yeah.
So if you are, I don't know if you have time anymore, but if you can, maybe it's handy to change all the roles now.
I'll take care.
It's pretty simple to do. It won't take that
Yeah.
long.
And someone make that announcement too, probably sooner than later.
By the way, I'll tell this to the others too. I don't really care. From here forward, I don't want to hear of anybody talking any shit about Ashley ever again.
Yeah, it's not.
And I will say that exactly to the people who did talk shit about Ashley. I do not want to hear an insult flung in Ashley's direction. I do not want to hear any negative talk about Ashley, and if I do, you will get an earful.
Yeah, honestly.
And that goes for everyone.
Yeah. Honestly, I prefer if people, like, if they have a problem or something, just say it to the person's face. Like doing all this shit behind their back, it's just vindictive and mean. And it's not nice. Like, people have feelings. Like, sure, you might be pissed off, but don't make somebody that fucking sad about something that they can't fix if you're not going to them. Like, it's ridiculous. It's happened too often to too many people.
Like, don't get me wrong. Talk shit about me all you want. But if I hear anyone talk shit about Ashley again, there will be a huge problem.
Just when she's only trying to help Paul and everything, like it's not. Like she's only trying to help.
Now, saying that, I think I am done here. We will see how things go. And I guess we'll figure it out later, but I'm done for now. It's too much.
I think we all just need a break and to like calm down after this.
Well, I've been on a break. I'm going on another.
Oh, sorry.
Who is?
I'm sorry things got really tense, Krista. It's just it's a terrible situation as it is.
I don't know. Until I see my grievances addressed, I will continue to be skeptical.
Yeah, I know.
So, all right, y'all have fun.
All right, bye, Krista. Feel better.
Bye. Yeah.
Oh, I feel sorry for Krista.
Can someone tell me who the Christopher is that I need to add to the DP Medium group?
What?
Do you want me to
Christopher S. I believe his Discord name is. 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 Discord name is.